Hello friends at home. In this video I will be going over your Chapter 2 math test with you. I am sitting here in the classroom with all of your face-to-face friends. They are not going to say hello, not because they're being rude, but because they're actually being quite polite. And they know that the rule says during a test we cannot talk. So they cannot talk because there are tests out. But they are here and they are happy that we are tuned in to you as well. Now, I was telling the kids here in the classroom, Mrs. Hatkoff's friends took this test earlier today in the classroom, and some of them struggled with some of the questions. But part of the problem was they were going ahead of Mrs. Hatkoff. They weren't staying with her as she was reading the problems, and then they were getting confused. So I've told the kids here in the room, and I'm telling you, I'm going to walk you through each of these problems step by step. All you have to do is put in the answer. I'm not looking to see if on your own you can remember every step of the strategies. I'm looking to see if you know how to add. Next week we'll be starting subtraction, and I don't want to move on to subtraction until I know that you've got a good understanding of addition. So don't worry if you get some wrong on this. It's going to help me know how I can teach you better. But this isn't a worrisome test. This is an assessment to help me see where you're at. So we are going to start on the side of the test that says Chapter 2 test at the top. If you don't see that box at the top, you're on the wrong side. And down at the bottom of that side, it says 15 and 16. If you don't see 15 and 16 at the bottom, you're on the wrong side. So make sure you're looking at the side of the test that says Chapter 2 test. And the first thing I do is always the same. I take out my pencil and write down my name. Make sure you put your name on your test, because when I go to give your grades for this test, if your name's not on it, I don't know whose test it is. I'm not going to be able to give you any points. Okay? All right. Now, I am going to zoom in on each of the problems, boys and girls, as I explain it, so that you can see it up on the board nice and big. In front of you, you will see the same problems, but I want you to watch the board first. Then, on your own paper, write in the answers as I tell you, okay? Brooklyn, you have a question?
My brother said chewing gum helps you focus.
Oh, okay. All right, so I am going to zoom in now to problem number 1, okay? Maybe that's a little too close. All right, number 1 says, find the sum. Now remember, we know that sum means the whole or the total. So you're going to count how many blocks are here, and you will put that number of blocks in this box. Then you will count how many blocks are here and put that number in this box. And then down here underneath, you will write the whole or the total. So go ahead right now. How many blocks in the first train? How many blocks in the second cube train? How many blocks all together? And when you are done with that problem, give me a thumbs up so I know I can move on. I don't want to go too fast for anyone. And friends at home, if we start going too fast for you, you are fortunate. You can hit pause at any time, finish up the problem, and then unpause the video. So thumbs up when you're done with number 1. Okay, I'm just waiting on a couple thumbs. All right. Let's move on now to number 2. So in number 2, Austin, they are wanting us to add 3 plus 5 plus 1. And to do that, they're saying they want you to add the 3 and the 5 first. Now, don't be afraid to write on the test and draw it out if you need to. If you need to draw 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then count them up to get the whole, it's okay to show your work. Okay? So if you need to do that and then count them up to put that number here, go ahead and do it. When you get to middle school and high school and college, if you don't show your work, they mark it wrong. So don't be afraid to start showing your work now, okay? So if you need to draw it out and count them up to get 3 plus 5, do that. And then put your 3 plus 5 right there. And once you have that number, they want you to add plus 1 to it and put that total number here. So 3 plus 5 goes in this box, and then that answer plus 1 goes in this box. And when you are finished with that one, give me a thumbs up. See, some friends are using their fingers. That's okay. God gave you 10 counters right here on your hands. Use them. 1, 2, 3 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Count them up. If that's helping you, do it. If it helps you to draw it out like this, do it. Don't be afraid to use what you've got. Okay. We're going to move on now to number 3. Okay, we'll finish up. Okay? I didn't see that your thumb wasn't up. All right, looking at number 3. Number 3 says, find the doubles sum, then find the doubles plus 1 sum. So they just want you to write the answers to these 2 addition problems. This one's called a doubles because it's 3 plus 3. So you're just going to count up 1, 2, 3 plus 1, 2, 3 and put that total or that sum here. Then you're going to count up 1, 2, 3 plus 1, 2, 3, 4 and put that total or that sum here. Thumbs up when you are finished. And again, friends at home, anytime you need to pause, go ahead and pause. Okay, so now we are going to move on. We're going to go up to number 4, which is kind of near that chapter 2 test box, okay? And we are looking at number 4. It says add. So they want us to add 2 plus 2 plus 4. So we're looking at 3 add-ins or 3 parts. They said add 2 plus 2 first and put that amount here. And once you put that amount here, you're going to bring down that 4 and you'll add this number plus this number to get your sum. Okay, so we're adding 2 plus 2 plus 4. Looking at number 5, don't let this box that they drew here confuse you. Okay, I feel like some of you see that box there and all of a sudden you're like totally confused. I don't even know what this is. Pretend the box isn't even there. They're asking you 2 plus 4 plus 1. That's what they're asking. So you can draw out 2 plus 4 plus 1. Count them up and write your total. But then they're saying to make it easy on yourself, start by adding the 4 and the 1 first. Figure out how many 4 plus 1 is and put that number here. 4 plus 1 is, put that number here. Once that number is here, add 2 more to it and you'll have your sum, which you can put here. Looking at number 6, it says add, circle the add-ins you add first. So now instead of them circling them for you, they're saying add these up, but pick 2 numbers you want to add together first. If you want to add the 5 and the 1 first, add the 5 and the 1 first. If you want to add the 5 and the 4 first, add the 5 and the 4 first. Pick 2 you want to add together first. And if it helps you to draw them out, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and then count them up, go ahead and do that to get your sum. Just make sure you circle the add-ins you add first. If you don't do that, you'll lose half a point. So make sure you circle those add-ins. All right, we're going to go now to number 7, which is at the top of the next side there. This one says, use the strategy, find the sum. So the strategy they want us to use is doubles plus 1 fact. Now before you get confused, Don't look at your paper and then back up at the board and at your paper and back up at the board. Just watch the board for a minute, okay? Forget about your paper for a minute. Just watch my page on the board, okay? They want you to add 4 plus 5. So what they're saying is use the doubles plus 1 fact to help you. Well, if I take this 5, okay, so here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I take one of them, we'll take this middle guy, and I put it here, then I still have 1, 2, 3, 4 more that I have to put here. So I took my 5 and I broke it into 4 and 1, right? Now I have to take this other 4 because I can't forget about him, and I'll put him in this box. So now I have 4 plus 4 plus 1. Is 4 plus 4 a doubles? Yes. Is this a doubles plus 1? Yes. So now you can add up 4 plus 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then add one more to it. And that will give you your answer for here and for here. So that total, 4 plus 4 plus 1, or 4 plus 5, is the same answer for both of those. Go ahead and fill in your numbers, and then we'll move on. All right, moving down to this problem. Now they want us to use the break apart strategy, okay? So if we're using the break apart strategy, we're going to take one of our numbers and break it into doubles, and then we'll be able to figure out our answer, okay? So if I take my 4 and I put 2 here, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, I put 2 of them here, how many do I have left? That number needs to go here. So I have 2 and 2. I broke apart my 4 into 2 and 2. And now I'll bring down my 5. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus 2, plus 2. However many that is all together will tell me the answer to that problem. So go ahead and figure it out, and then write in your sum or your total. All right, looking at number 8. Number 8 says break apart the addend, add the double, find the sum. So we're looking for the sum of 6 plus 4. They want us to take this 6 and break it apart so that we end up with a double. So they've already taken out 2. So if I add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, they already put 2 of them here. So that leaves me with 1, 2, 3, 4. So plug in that 4. Okay. Now we have a doubles. 4 plus 4 is a doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a doubles. If we add those up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we have 2 plus 8. So we have 8 plus 2 more. How many is that all together? And that will tell us the answer for 2 plus 8. And it will be the same answer that you'll put here for 6 plus 4. So go ahead and fill in those missing sums. All right, looking at number 9, it says add. Draw a model to show your work. it tells you draw a model to show your work. So if you don't draw a model to show your work, you'll get half wrong. So make sure you draw. So we're doing 3 plus 3 plus 2. If I take 3 plus 2, that will give me 5. So now I have 5 plus 5. Well, if I draw the model like this, and I put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, what would my whole or my total be? Whatever that whole is, goes on that line. That's my sum. Make sure you draw this model to show your work so you don't lose half a point. And when you are finished with that side, you may flip to the other side. And friends at home, I know it feels like I'm going quickly because I'm pausing the recording in between problems. If you need more time, you can just hit pause and take as much time as you need for each problem, okay? All right, I have flipped my paper over. I am at the top now of page 17 and 18. There's a number 10 for the first problem on that page. And it says here, what doubles fact can you use to add 3 plus 4? So what we're going to do is make 3 plus 3. That's a doubles. If I had 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I just took these 3 and put them here, however many I have left over right here, I'll put there. Oh, now see what they did? They did a different doubles, but that's okay. I'll work you through this one, and then we'll do it the way they want us to do it. So now, 3 plus 3 would be 6. 6 plus 1 would be 7. Another way, and the way that they were showing for this one, is if we take 3 plus 4, and we break the 4 into 2 plus 2, and then we bring down this 3 plus, and then they said 3 plus 2 is 5, and then if you add 2 more to that, 5 plus 2 would also be 7. So that was a gimme, because that was my mistake. All right, let's look at number 11. This is a word problem. Remember the steps for a word problem. It says a bakery sells 3 wheat rolls. 3 wheat rolls. And 5 white rolls. 5 white rolls. Make sure you circle those numbers. How many rolls are there in all? Show your work. So 3 and 5, those are my parts. So in my part whole chart, I have 1, 2, 3 wheat rolls and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 white rolls. Those are my parts. So part 1 is 3, part 2 is 5. You need to figure out the whole. How many all together? And that number all together goes here. Part, whole. Figure out the sum, the whole amount. All right, number 12 says, some circles are red. So I'm going to say some circles are red. 4 circles are blue. There are 6 circles in all. How many are red? So, watch, okay? 4 circles are blue. That is what they are showing. Let me get my blue so I don't confuse you. Right here, do you see 1, 2, 3, 4? Those are your blue circles. So that right here, 4 blue circles, we showed that. Check. It says there are 6 in all. That's what they're showing here. The total number is, everybody put a 6 there. That's our total. Now, using your pencil, make that true. Right now, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. How many do you need to add here to get 6? So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep drawing. 5, 6. And however many you draw in that box, put that number on this line and on this line. So if you draw 1 here, put a 1 and a 1. If you draw 2 here, put a 2 and a 2. If you draw 750 here, put a 750 and a 750. Whatever amount you need to get you from 4 to 6, put it here, here, and here. All right? Uh-oh, we can't talk during a test. And when you're finished, raise your pencil, and we will move on to number 13. All right, number 13 is another word problem. And here's what it says. Marty has some star stickers. Circle some star stickers. Do we know how many? No. His teacher gives him 1 more star. Circle 1 more star. Now he has 6 stars. Oh, that's important. Now he has 6. Which equation shows how many stars Marty had to start? So we're trying to figure out which equation shows how many he had to start. So let's think about what we know, okay? He had some stickers. Now he has 6 stickers. So he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stickers. We don't know how many he started with, but we know his teacher gave him 1. So we can cross off 1. That means 1 sticker that the teacher gave him plus some number that we don't know equals 6 stickers altogether. So if we take away this 1 that his teacher gave him, how many stickers did he start with? That number goes here. And once you figure out 1 plus what number equals 6, you will be able to figure out which of these equations has the 2 parts and the whole. If we were to draw that in a part, whole box like this, we would have 6 altogether. We would have 1 as one of our parts, and we would have to figure out how many the other part would be. And that's what this picture is showing us. And then figure out which of these equations represents those 2 parts and that whole. And boys and girls, I have some amazing news. We made it to the last problem!
No, we haven't. No. 2 more. There's 2 more.
No, we have number 14. That's the last problem on the test.
Oh.
All right, so, nope. Number 14 says, find the sum, use the strategy, count on. So, remember, count on, we use our number line. You have to show your work on the number line. So, find your bigger number. In this case, our bigger number is 7. So, our first jump is going to go from 0 all the way to 7, because that's our bigger number. Our second number is going to be our little hops. So, we're going to take 3 little hops. Ribbit 1, ribbit 2, ribbit 3. That leaves us here. So you're going to take that number, that's your sum. You're going to plug that number in here. And then down here, they want you to say, if I broke up my 7 into 3 and some other number, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, what number... Here's your hint. What number would go here? And then you're going to add up this total. So you'll count these ones, and these ones. This number plus this number plus this number. How many is that all together? And when you know, don't shout it out. Write it on the line. I'll give you a hint. Up here, you already showed me what 7 plus 3 equals. So down here, if you're showing me 7 plus 3, your sum should not change. Ooh, that's a pretty good hint, Mrs. Bragg. All right, friends at home, when you are finished with both sides of this test, make sure that you upload pictures of it for me or Mrs. Hatkoff to see. And if you are here in the room when you are finished, you may put it in the green basket. Goodbye, friends at home.